Let's fight.
Okay, let's go, man. How are we doing this? Are we standing? Are we sitting?
I don't know. I usually just start from my knees. You know what? We'll figure it out this time on Open Mat Chronicles.
Get my grip. Welcome back, you guys. Open Mat Chronicles, 1865 Rod here. We're coming back at you guys every Wednesday. And as always, got Schaefer up in here.
What's happening, everybody? Schaefer's in the house.
What up?
Yeah, buddy. Man, we're chilling. We're having a pretty good time. Good conversation just before we even got started here today. This
All
is an interesting
content.
one. Right?
All original content.
All original content.
We should
always.
cheat and just do a bunch of reaction videos.
I know, right? That feels like cheating, though.
It is cheating, huh?
That's all right, man. It'll be fun.
You got to cheat sometimes.
Yeah, it'll be fun to watch.
we
It'll be fun to watch some other people do some shit and then just talk shit about it.
All right, we'll do some reaction videos. We'll do that. Now we got to do more work, damn it.
I know, right? That's all
Video
good.
setup and all that. All right.
All right, what are we talking about today, brother?
We're talking about how do you actually start? How do you start your roll, man?
Oh, okay.
You know, like how do you start it? You slap hands, you ready to go? How do you go?
Oh, yeah, right. You got the slap bump roll, right?
Yeah. That's
so
universal, right? When you say,
yeah, that's
I
universal.
think that's pretty cool. Anywhere
is.
you go go to Japan, anywhere you're gonna slap, bump, boom.
That's a jiu-jitsu thing.
That's jiu-jitsu
slap,
thing.
bump, roll.
Yeah.
I guess you can't really do that in karate. Slap, bump, punch him in the face. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. So I guess we're speaking in this particular instance. We're talking about, like, are you the guy who you start on your knees, you start on your butt, you start laying on your back with your freaking feet up in the air like a dying cockroach?
Oh, yeah.
Are you starting off in donkey guard?
Yeah.
Like that kind of shit, right? We want to know, how do you start your roll? What's practical about it? What's impractical about it? I've got a lot of opinions on it, but I also, there's reasons. There's reasons to do all these things.
Okay, so why does it even matter? Why is it even worth talking about?
Well, it's worth talking about because everyone's going to experience it, right? Like, the only way we're going to get this ball rolling so we can start rolling is to be somewhere and start. Like, you can't just materialize in this shit. We're not transporting in from the Enterprise.
Yeah.
Like, you have to start from somewhere. The match has to start somehow. And I think there's a bunch of different theories and opinions on how that match should start.
Yeah.
And like I said, we've got our opinions, We got opinions on everything.
We do.
You name it, we got an opinion on it. Might not be a good opinion. It might not be a popular opinion. But we got shit to say about it. Here's a major complaint that I know everybody has.
Okay.
Because most schools do it. We start from our knees, right?
That's true. When did that's old, right? You know what
Yeah.
it is? That's really old school. Starting from the knees is probably going back to like first generation.
I would say so to a degree, because if you're starting from your knees, it's just so that we can kind of get the match to the ground, right? Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, it's submission wrestling. It's not traditional wrestling where you got a guy running up, hitting you with a double leg or freaking, a low single, or hitting you with an ankle pick and all this. We focus more on what actually happens on the ground.
Once you're on the ground, yeah.
Yeah.
Although we do train standing up to get
We
to the
do.
ground, the majority of it is once you're on the ground. So, yeah.
And for the most part, out of most grappling arts, I would say jiu-jitsu is probably the weakest one when it comes to getting people to the ground.
Yeah, I would agree.
They're
Getting better, though. I think they've recognized that, hole in their game.
right.
And there's been a definite focus on, stand-up takedowns and all that, especially, too, with the proliferation of wrestlers.
Yes,
That's really helped jiu-jitsu a lot.
Exactly what I was about to say, man. It's gotten more wrestling-esque. It's like more people are like, especially with no gi.
We talked about that.
You're right.
We're attracting like the athletes now. It's no longer like
Exactly.
Yeah, we still love Joe the accountant.
I know, man. Come on, don't give up. Don't give up.
I know.
If you're an accountant, you can still be a nerd assassin, man. You can
assassin.
get in here and do the damn thing. Yeah, we're starting on the ground. We're starting on our knees, and it's because we're still focusing on actually getting to the point where we're rolling. Because if you've ever gone to a freaking tournament, or if you've ever seen a really boring jiu-jitsu match, two guys, they start standing, and you're like, oh, shit, this is going to be amazing.
Yeah.
I'm like, this guy's like one of the highest ranked guys, and this guy's one of the highest ranked guys. They've been talking shit, beefing all day. And I mean, I really went to this freaking tournament. I remember we all went to this. And it's like, holy shit, it's on. Ding, ding, ding. And they just danced around. They're pussyfooting. They're playing grab ass. They're doing everything but engaging and rolling on the ground. I think it was like, I want to say it was like a 10-minute match. Jeez. And there might have been 120 seconds on the ground. And I was like, well, this was terrible. This was a match where, hey, not my proudest moment, but I booed out loud. I was like, boo. Boo these men.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, are you kidding me right now? Yeah, it was. But I was just like, man, this is crazy. And it happened because neither one of them wanted to lose by the points from the takedown. So it can get really boring. It can get really boring. We start on the ground so that you have to engage, so that you don't run away, so that you don't do all this extra crap. Are we shortchanging ourselves sometimes? I think so.
No, I mean, a lot of it, too, is to prevent injury. I mean, a lot of these guys are hobbyists, right? So if you start standing all the time, every single roll, you're going to have a higher likelihood of injuries. Wrestlers get hurt all the time, you know. Do you want to get taken down with a double leg? You know,
ask James.
Yeah.
That was a rough double leg.
Yeah. So a lot of it is for safety, for longevity. You start on the ground, and then when you get ready for, you know, obviously you still do some, you know, takedowns and defending takedowns.
Right.
But the majority of your rolls, for safety's sake, will be starting on the ground.
100%. I mean, you're right on the money, dude. Yeah. It is a safer way to start, right? You're not going to have, like, hell, a guy hitting you with a judo drop Sayanagi and you smash it, which is my favorite freaking move. Somebody fireman carries your ass and dumps you, or just anything like that. I mean, it has to be trained because that we all start standing, right? We all start standing. But damn, man, how many injuries are you going to get? And then now that they're injured, that last fight, that John Jones fight, it was postponed because John Jones hurt himself doing a practice takedown.
Really?
And he's like, yo, he like tore the meat off the freaking bone on his shoulder or chest or some shit. But it was from a simple takedown that he has done probably thousands and thousands of times. He even said, he's like, I've been doing this since I was in like junior high school. But just out of nowhere, freak accident, working on the takedown.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, maybe it's safer to just sit on your ass and just say, come on, just come give me a hug.
Okay, so having said that, there is still variations in how you can start, right?
Yes.
And so what do you think about? I mean, some are better than others, right? And I think some lend themselves to, I don't know, maybe frustrations.
Yeah, I'm hearing you say some are better than others. Fuck.
Okay,
yes,
so
some are better than others. Some are less frustrating than others. Right?
Like you want to get the match going, right? That's the main objective, is to get the match going. So give me an example. Give me an example of something that would kind of
piss everybody off. Here you go.
I'm trying to be too nice. I was going to say it from now on.
Here's one. So, and I am a perpetrator of this. I usually try to start every match. I don't care what your rank is. I kind of started similarly. And that's usually I'll sit on my ass. I'll go to like a modified butterfly guard, and I'll try to draw you in. Right?
Why is that? Wait. Why is it? There's nothing wrong with that.
Well, no, I don't think it's so much that it's wrong with it, right? But here's what happens, especially when I'm working with a lower belt. They, even though they started on the ground, will stand up. So now I'm sitting on my ass. They're standing up above me, and they're like running around in circles, and I'm just spinning around on my ass, And I'm like, damn, dude.
Shark Tank.
I'm like, just come in, in. I'm like, what do you want me to do? I was like, I want to just get the roll started, right?
Engage.
But then there's also that takedown that I do when somebody tries to step forward, and I hook the leg and I drive through, and I like it, you know. But I get it can be frustrating because you're like, well, I don't necessarily want to just go into your butterfly guard. So now how do I avoid going into your butterfly guard? This is going to be one that's going to be hard to have a definitive answer. I don't think that we will,
situational.
Right? But I did try the other day, instead of giving people even the opportunity, I said, look, here's how we're going to start. you're going to start in X. X will be in Y's guard, and then if somebody gets submitted or whatever, you swap it up. You're going to start in their guard, whether it be full guard, butterfly guard, whatever. You pick the guard that you want to start in. You starting in physical contact with one another.
We used to do that,
right?
We'd always start in close guard.
Yeah, that way you can't
go.
run. You know what I mean?
Right.
That way they can't run. They have to fight you. It's like first rule of Fight Club. Well, first, second, actually the third rule is you have to fight. So.
Yeah. But everybody wants to have an advantage when they're practicing, right? So if you're really good at one position, you want to start from that position.
Definitely.
So I think that sometimes could be to your own detriment, though.
It can, because you're holding yourself back, right? You're like, I only want to do what's comfortable for me.
What I'm good at, so I can get a submission in a practice.
Right. And what I say, get comfortable being uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So maybe, how about this? Start with the guy on your back with freaking seatbelt grip. That'll suck.
Oh, position. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I would do that for like drilling, but in a roll, I don't want to start with some guy on my back.
Well, see, but I understand that.
Not for a roll. That's for a situational drilling.
Yeah, but if you don't start that way, if you both start how you want, then that's when you start rolling into this problem.
You need a neutral way to start to where it's just neutral. You can both do your thing. I don't want to. It's not EBI. I don't want to start. Here, man. I start an arm bar. Go ahead, man.
I was about to say 50-50, but that would not be fair because you would just be heel hooking the shit out of everybody. So that wouldn't work. Like I wouldn't want to start 50-50 with you.
No,
I'm like hell no, dude.
What's a good way? Like, okay, let me do this. I think if you're a bigger, stronger, or you have some physical advantages over the other guy. Like I noticed, like you always start on the bottom, bro. You always do. I've never seen you come and like force your will. I'm gonna be on top and just smash people.
Yeah, rarely. I mean, I like sweeps though.
But here's the thing though. If we roll, you'll do that sweep, boom. Now I'm at the bottom. I'm like, okay, I can't say nothing, dude. You earned it, right? You swept me. Now I got to deal with it. But that's what I would say for number one, especially if this is maybe more for lower belts at least.
Right.
Even some of our black belts there, if they're bigger than me, they'll start on the bottom.
Yeah.
Or they'll start not laying down. They're going to be like sitting up. Like Michael always starts sitting up. He lets me do whatever I want. Go ahead, man. You want to do your standing, your knee cut? Go ahead. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He'll let me do that. And then he reverse me or sweep me or whatever. And then that gets the roll going. Which, I mean, if he started on top just like trying to maul me, it wouldn't be fun. And it wouldn't be fun. It's like, dude, it's like, okay, you could already beat me. So you're beating me even more now.
So
he knows that. So that's why he makes it.
You're
it's like a governor. He's like, I'm going to give you a little bit of a.
Well, it also requires the person to recognize that you're not competing while you're training.
Yeah.
Because if you get in the mindset of, I gotta win practice, it's like, you're fucking up, dude.
Yeah.
You're not here to win practice. So, man, I think a lot of times you're going to have a conversation with who you're about to roll with. But then doing that, they are like, good God, this is taking forever just to get the roll started. Yeah. It's like, hey, man, let's go over some ground rules before we engage. Right. Can I get your consent form? It's like, fuck, I don't need that.
Let's do this. Let's go over the most egregious.
All right.
We got to just do it. Call it out. Okay, so starting on the knees, I think, is not the best way to start.
Okay.
Even though it's effective, but again, if you're just trying to win a match, then you're just trying to win a match, right?
Okay. Wait. It's like, Let's break this down, though. So how about if you start on your knees, you're both on your knees, actually in physical contact with one another?
I think that's a little bit better.
Instead of like you start on your knees, but basically the guy can just stand up and go or go to like a combat base or do something like that. Instead, hell, how about this? Fuck, but even that, it gives the advantage to a stronger person who has a better
That's
grip.
the thing. Okay, so about standing on the knees, the bigger, stronger guy is going to always win that battle, dude.
Right.
He's going to win that battle every freaking time, man.
I was rolling with was a Yanni the other day, and I was on my butt. He kind of stood up. He moved forward. I catch a grip on his wrist, and then the other one caught behind his elbow. He was sunk, man, because I got vice grips freaking built into my arms, and I grabbed him, and he was like, "Shit!" He's like, "I can't get away." He's like, "I can't let you grab my arm." And then we rolled again. First thing I do, boom, right on it again, and I was like, "You said don't do this." So yeah, even maybe starting in contact is not fair because if you're the smaller guy, you got to be faster. You got to move.
Or what if you did this? Damn, we don't. This is totally our opinions here. Okay, we're trying to figure it out as we go. Okay, I don't want to say starting on the knees is all bad, but start on the knees, engage. That's fine. If you like to start on the knees, cool. But don't do this just clinching up for like 4 minutes. You know what I mean? Because you're wasting your time. You're not even rolling. Like that's because what happens to me is like if I'm clinched up with somebody, I might try a little something. If I can't get it, I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna go butterfly or something, right? I'm gonna concede the position and take the weaker of the position if I have to, just to get the roll going. Because I don't want to waste 5 minutes clinching up on somebody.
But how do you get the guy to decide he's going to concede? Like who's going to give up?
Well, okay, that's what we're talking about. I don't know, man.
I mean, I guess you could just say if you're upper belt, you should concede.
Yeah, I think you should concede the belt. Yeah, that's a good point. If you're an upper belt, you should concede the position, or if you're significantly like bigger
than a person,
than the other guy, you know. Because I roll with some big guys in there, and sometimes they usually will start on the bottom, and that's pretty good.
Right.
I'm like, hey man, you're doing well, dude. You're starting like in a weaker position basically, and if you sweep me, cool, you earned it, right?
True.
I think that's the case. If I'm going with the lower belt, I always just start on the bottom, always. But man, I don't really care, dude. I'll start top, bottom. It doesn't matter to me. My jiu-jitsu is gonna be. It's good, dude. I could go either way. I don't care.
You can get around with anything.
I don't need to go like, I need to be top game, or I need to.
But so, what about our equally matched up guys? What about freaking Brian and Eric? How do they start?
You know what I know? Those guys are good, dude. When I roll with Brian and Eric, there is no set like, it's whatever it is. They're like me. It's either top or bottom. It doesn't matter.
They kind of get it. They
forcing
a
position. Yeah, they're not forcing.
They understand it.
Yeah. So I think that might be the most important thing is I don't think you should necessarily be the guy like I have to start on my butt or I have to start on standing. Just let it organically go. Well,
so obviously,
what do you want to say?
The best thing would be to start standing.
It would be the best, but
then, like I said, we run across the injuries.
The injury.
And you also run across the just massive amount of stalling.
Oh yeah, it's the same as clinching up. Yeah.
Oh man. Damn it.
So I would say, okay, so let's do that. Knees is okay if done properly.
Knees are okay if
done properly. Just don't hang out there forever and ever and ever.
All right, there you go.
If you got to hang out there for more than like 30 seconds, just take the worst position.
Just sit on your ass.
Be the bigger man, just take it.
But you know what's going to happen now? Everybody's going to listen to us, and they're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 30, and they're both going to sit down.
Yeah.
And now they're just staring at each other, and then just butt scoot to each other until you scissor.
Okay, what about
50,
this?
50.
What about the guy that's always starting on the bottom? Like every match, he's starting on and he can be really good on the bottom. That's his game. Like he's always on the bottom. What are you thinking? There's nothing really wrong about that.
Well,
what are your thoughts? That's his game.
It's his game. So, and like, look at me. Like I'm looking to hit you with a sweep or something like that, or to pull you in my closed guard or my half guard to hit you with a sweep or something like that. Is it wrong? No. But then it's like, damn, but if it's not wrong for him to go to his strong position, is it wrong for the guy to start being from the top and being more aggressive because that's his strong position? No. The answer is no to that one,
Maybe it's not wrong. Maybe it's just like you're holding your own self back, basically, if you're doing that. It could be,
And you might be right. Because I know that if I do attack more, it changes the way I fight. You know what I mean? Like, I have a nice laid back kind of flow rolly type thing, but not too long ago, back in the day, I was way more aggressive. Like I would actually back to where I was like throwing my mouthpiece in. If I had the mouthpiece in, it was like, fuck, it's about to be on. Now I don't even put it in. Because I'm just chilling. I figure, we're just gonna have a good time. So you're right. I always sit to the ground. But when I was rocking the mouthpiece and being like more aggressive, I would drive through. I'd be smashing through on people. Fuck, I don't know, dude. I don't know. I don't know if I want to be that guy anymore, though. That's the other thing. I'm getting old. My knees are blowing out. Everything's getting all jacked up.
Okay, so you're actually making a good point right there. So what that would be is like setting the pace. How do you set the pace? That has a lot to do with it because we say we try to go 70, 75%.
Yeah, 70, 75, right.
Yeah.
So, okay.
That's a little frustrating when you slap hands and they're like, boom, right out of the gate. I'm like, damn, dude.
Right.
I'm like an old Chevy. I got to warm it up, dude. I got a carburetor.
But here's the issue with that. If we all agree at 70 to 75%, if that's the sweet spot,
then you're good.
Then I think you should be able to start
I agree.
at 75%.
I agree.
You know what I mean? And it's like if your opponent says, well, I'm just going to start at 15% and see where this goes, and then you're already on his back, as long as you weren't like just trying to kill him, I think that's okay.
I think so.
that you still have to be cognizant of what's going on. Like, you're in a fight.
I would say if you slap hands and they come out 100%, right out of the gate,
right,
then I don't think that's the best etiquette because number one, if usually you're going to be a young guy that does it, right? So then you're leveraging like youth,
your youth and your speed,
against maybe a guy that older guy or whatever.
And it's hard to freaking judge what's 70%.
I know,
either,
man.
Right?
It's very hard
you're
to
like,
judge.
Because here's the other thing. Everybody's 70% is not the same either. You might have a guy and you're like, holy shit, you were like greased lightning and you freaking spun around and you ran around 3 times in circles and jumped on my back. And that might be his 70%. That might legit be him just going, hey, man, this is an easy day for me.
You're right.
So, like, what am I supposed to tell him?
That's why, honestly, that's why some of those really good purple belts give you a hard time because their 70% is still, they got 30% more in the tank.
You damn right.
They're already dialing it back. I'm thinking you're going 100? Like, no, that was 70, dog. Oh, my goodness.
Whoa, that's terrible. You're right. You're right. Like, if they actually kicked it up to full speed, that's when, don't get me started. That's like trick-or-tie chi. But
I don't know, man.
You can't beat everybody.
Can't beat everybody.
But
it goes back to
that.
You're just training, though. It's not really competing. So there really should be no reason to go that hard.
Check your ego at the door.
Yeah.
Damn,
what are your pet peeves?
all these things you can say, and then you're like, it's hard to practice what you preach. It really is. They're like, Harold, you're a hypocrite. I'm not, dude. I try not to be. Shit.
I got one for you. This is a nuanced one.
What's up?
What about that defensive jiu-jitsu? There's a whole series on defensive jiu-jitsu.
Oh, my God. Oh, my goodness. That's like when people like just lay on their side and they kind of wait, like fucking Burt Reynolds. Was it like the Burt Reynolds picture and this fucking Playgirl? And they're just chilling and waiting for you to come in.
Yeah, you're right. Yes.
They're like, come on in
here,
fellas. That would be annoying as hell. But it's also crazy because there are people who are so damn good that they can do that. They can just chill and they're like, hey, you figure it out. But then what happens if the guy can't figure it out for like 3 minutes of your 5-minute roll?
Yeah.
Then you're like, you're just chilling. He's like freaking trying to open a damn combination safe and he's stuck. So that kind of sucks too.
Yeah, that's the thing about the defensive. It is legit, but part of jiu-jitsu is also attacking, right? So if you're not actively attacking, your whole game is predicated on defense. I can't say it's bad.
That's just as much an equivalent to trying to win. If your main goal is trying to win, or if your main goal is just don't lose, those could both be kind of sucky.
They could be,
Because roll up in a ball, don't lose, but don't do shit.
Yeah.
Or go balls to the wall, break bones, everything is like, I must break you type shit.
Yeah.
That sucks too. Yeah, I think both of those. You have to just engage. You have to go at 70%. You need to get out of your comfort zone a little bit. You need to try to attack some. You need to try to defend some. You need to recognize that you're not doing the Abu Dhabi, right? You're not really trying to just like win the damn gold medal.
Yeah. Yeah. Ooh. And you don't need to go that hard. Like I've been having really good rolls with a lot of our blue belts, man.
Same
these
here.
guys are getting really good.
Well, we said if you want to get good, roll with a blue belt.
They're getting really good though.
They are.
It's like, they're because you're going 70% and I'm seeing them recognizing attacks and then starting to throw attacks, on me back, leg locks and stuff. And I'm like, that's actually really cool, man, because they're starting to, it's clicking. You know what I mean?
They're speaking the language of jiu-jitsu.
Yes, yes.
Or at least they're.
And you don't need to
like
go like
5th grade level.
You could go like 75%, but still catch a heel hook, or you know what I mean. You could go 75% and catch a Kimura, right? So you don't necessarily have to go that fast. That's not going to make you necessarily. Sometimes that makes you worse because you're going too fast.
Yep. Well, we would say slow is smooth and smooth is fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I don't know. Like I know you did something. I think you were hitting. I don't know if you were trying to hit that back step. Freaking
no, I didn't do the back step.
It wasn't the back step.
I was trying to get underneath your leg from Z-guard.
Yeah, all right.
I got underneath it. I don't want to say what trick. That's a new one. It's a good one, though.
It was frustrating, though. I was like, son of a bitch. And then I
almost got it.
Yeah, I know.
That's cool. Your leg is strong, though, dude. I couldn't get it.
I had a boot through, but I was like, shit. I had a boot through and then try to like roll up to my knee. I'm like, this shit is dangerous.
And I'm like, damn, this is when it goes bad. Then I was in a freaking leg drag. I'm like, great.
Hey, look, man. I was just trying to make sure I could walk again. Shit. I'm not trying to be all jacked up.
That's all.
But then I did try to hit you with my damn takedown, and I but you avoided that, and I tried to freaking belly down knee bar. You avoid all that shit.
Man, you knee bar me at that thing like so many times.
Yeah,
that's
that's what I'm saying. I
ingrained
can't do
in me.
it anymore.
That's ingrained in me now.
Hell yeah. That's like with Gus when he caught me with the freaking arm crush. I was like, nope, never again. Certain shit you're not going to catch me with. But so, all right, so that's starting from your butt. That's starting from your knees. That's starting laying down on your side.
We'll call it the Reynolds.
A la Burt Reynolds. Hell yeah. The Reynolds maneuver. So then we spoke about the true benefit, or actually we didn't get deep into the benefit of starting standing. So I know I've mentioned this before. Every once in a while, you should clear the floor and maybe have 3 matches going. Because it provided, if your gym's big enough, say, hey, you and you or whoever's going to do it, you're going to start standing, and it's a match, right? It can still be a 70% match. It doesn't have to be, to the death. But you start standing, you either go through the time, or if you get tapped, you guys are off. Boom. And then you get to the next group. And then you kind of just start rotating people through so they do get used to standing. That'd
be pretty cool. A complete Shark Tank, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, like really. It's like, hell yeah. It's like those old gang fights and shit where everybody's standing in a circle, and then if they try to escape, you push them back in.
That's the thing about Shark Tank. It's always like one guy is literally just standing. You have to be on your butt. Like, bro, I would just stand up. Like,
right. I know. See, that's the other part, right? If you're starting from fighting, you're fighting, your one guy's on the ass, he's standing up, and you go, well, I'm not going to let you actually run around behind me, and I'm not going to keep spinning around. I'm just going to get up too.
What about this one? This is a good one. The guy that can go fully inverted, and he starts on his back.
With his
literally
feet, like, facing.
And his hands are in between like this. He looks like a little ball, dude. What about that?
That's
so like, what do you do with
the
that?
Equivalent
that's
to defensive jiu-jitsu. Yeah. It's like I'm fighting. Actually, I was about to say he's fighting not to lose, but that's not true. A lot of these motherfuckers will roll into like a damn leg entanglement, and then they'll heel hook your ass.
Yeah.
Fuck. But then it's like now you're just like a spider waiting for a freaking fly, but you're still waiting. And that's the thing, right? I don't think you should be allowed to just wait.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Go do something. Like, engage.
In a competition, you could do that. That's cool because you're competing. That's your strategy.
Shit.
But
even then, they might say you're stalling. Oh. Yeah. This is fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah, they might actually, huh?
Yeah, because, you're sitting like,
you're
like
right,
donkey guard, right?
Really
I'm going to turn my back and stick my ass up in the air to you and then just go, I'll sit here and wait. What the hell?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
You're right. There has to be engagement.
There has to be engagement.
Engagement helps both people, basically. So
see, but then the only way you can do that just training, now you need a third party walking around, which can be done. Like, if you're the coach and you're like just kind of watching everybody do their thing, if you're paying attention and you see somebody bullshitting, speak out. Like, I know I have done that. I say, hey. I was like, stop running around. Like, just freaking get his guard.
Maybe an easy way to fix this would be, and you don't have to do this all the time, but just every now and then, okay, everybody's going to start, every match, we're going to start close guard. And then if you were in close guard, the next time you switch.
Yeah.
So you're not always doing the same. You're either in close guard or you're getting out of, or you're putting somebody in close guard.
I like it. Or some guard. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't even, it doesn't even have to be close. You can start, put me in butterfly. You can start, put me in half guard. You can start, put me in full guard. Or whatever other damn guard. You know what I mean? Like,
it might be good to do that.
Maybe we should just try it next time. I think we'll try it on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what?
Let's try it.
Yeah, I'm going to mandate in our next.
But not like something that's uneven. Like, starting full mount.
No.
We want to do EBI rules.
No.
A neutral guard.
I'll say this.
Start an omoplata, fully just flattened out.
Whoever we'll switch back and forth, right? Whoever starts chooses the guard he's going to start in.
Got it.
Whatever guard they're comfortable with, the opponent will start in that guard. And then that's the match.
That's good.
You know what I mean? And yeah, we'll figure that shit out.
I think that's good.
All right, I'm gonna make that happen. Next time I teach class, and it's a gi class, I think, right?
Yeah, that's even better with gi, I think.
Yeah, I'm gonna start it out that way.
That would lend itself much better too.
Either everybody's gonna love it or they're gonna fucking hate it.
Watch next week. I'll be complaining about it. Yes,
I know, right? That shit is bullshit. I don't know why we did it. Anyway,
That might be ideal, though. That might be.
It might
it's
be.
a good compromise.
Now I
right?
think we're going to have to come back and talk about it, and we'll have to report back.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, everybody. If you have the answer, if you think you have the answer, you guys might be way smarter than us. What the fuck do I know, right? If you or your school has this freaking thing figured out, what are you doing? Like,
Yeah.
what the hell are you doing? Are you all just starting standing and you're like, you know, fucking bones be damned? It's like whatever happens, happens. I think Josh Barnett had a whole big thing about like how it's stupid to start, you know, from your knees. Hey, more power to you. That's an opinion, right? What is your opinion? What do you think we should do? How do we fix this? Like, obviously, there's never going to be a universal answer.
It's never going to be 100% fair.
Nothing will be
It's not supposed to
100%.
fair.
Get us to 75%.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Get us to
Sweet spot.
75%. 75 is good? Hell,
That's good. I'm
60,
happy with that.
61 is a super majority, right?
Yeah,
Whatever. Just figure it out for us and let us know. And then if you come up with the perfect answer, we'll give you a shout out, man.
Yeah.
We'll be like, hell, you know, this is such and such from blah, blah school. They have the answer that fixed Jiu Jitsu.
Yeah, that's it, man.
We'll point it out. But other than that, I mean,
Oh yeah,
what else
because
you got?
I just want to shout out a lot of engagement. Appreciate you guys with the comments, with the engagement, hitting us up on the emails. Man, I feel bad because, well, okay, so here's happened. I've had a lot of people hit us up on the email where it says if you're interested. I've had people just shoot me messages, but for the longest time on my old phone, I would check it and it would just show the same stale thing. It wouldn't show any new information.
It wasn't
right?
updating.
Wasn't updating for whatever reason. I don't know. So I'm like, I guess nobody's hitting us up, man. I got my new phone. I got like 20 messages.
He's like, holy shit, they like us. They really like us.
So sorry, guys. So now I'm on it, dude. So yeah, that won't happen again. But anyway, I appreciate that. I appreciate the engagement. We're picking up subscribers too. That really helps, man. Because at the end of the day, we're doing this just for fun, man. You know, this is not like a career, and it's just like we have jobs, right? This is just for fun. We're trying to share some stuff in the jiu-jitsu community and just kind of just keep growing it. So really appreciate the engagement from you guys.
And we do enjoy this. Like, I mean,
Yeah, it is
seriously, when I'm messaging back or if Rod's messaging back, like, I'm legitimately, I got a smile. I'm fucking thinking of some funny shit to say because you guys are pretty funny sometimes too, man. It's cool.
Comments are funny, dude.
Yeah, it's freaking cool. So tell them what to do, Rod.
That's it, man. That was my speech right there. So yeah, I appreciate you guys. And I guess next week we will check you guys out again next Wednesday.
Hell yeah. Like, subscribe, do all that shit.
Yes. See you next week.
What's